It's the Score North Twin Show.
You know, we weren't even planning on doing anything this morning. We did an hour and a half Twins Vent Line live show. Thank you so much for everyone who joined us. That was just a blast of a celebration. A 19-year bubble that was burst yesterday. And we're going to do it again, another post-game show live on the Score North YouTube channel after Game 2. But then Declan woke up and looked at the Immaculate Grid and saw the Minnesota Twins are on the grid. And so are the Blue Jays.
Very fitting.
You know,
that's not
I peeked it. I'm not gonna lie. I peeked it when Declan said I did peek the grid.
It's weird. I thought yesterday, and I did the grid yesterday, but I thought it was gonna be something fun with the playoffs. Like, I don't know, it's getting a little. I thought it was gonna get something a little goofy, like World Series winners or playoff MVP, like ALCS MVPs, and it was just like a normal grid. And so is this one. But I thought there was gonna be something fun with the playoffs starting, but wasn't the case.
No, it's just like a normal grid. Yeah, it's just Well, it's fun that the Twins are on the grid, but it's not because they're in the playoffs. It's just the algorithm has put the Twins on the grid today.
The new mission of this show now is just one playoff series win too, which would be their first since they beat the A's in 2002.
Well, can we roll the intro video again here for the YouTube audience? So we did make a change to the intro video.
Yeah.
So Score North Twin Show, and then it still says just one playoff game, but we've checked the box and put some champagne on top of it because they've accomplished the goal. How quickly do we move into the next phase here? Like, because now they haven't won a playoff series in 21 years or a World Series in 32 years.
Well, I think you update it as we go. So
but do we do it now or do we wait for 2024 to set new goals? They've done the thing that we wanted them to do this year.
I think we can't. No, I think we move the chains now. I think we do it immediately. I think we now say one series win, one American League championship.
But is it a failure now? Like, is it if we change?
No.
If we move the goalposts now,
we're joyous. It's expectations.
Okay.
It's like things are going well. No, this is not a failure. This is expectations.
By the way, they are going to win Game 2, and I've got a couple predictions that I'm sure you guys do too. On our write that down when we get to it. But
the Royce Lewis era has begun. The Royce Lewis era underway. So now these are positive expectations.
Let's go. So, all right, well, plenty more on like Twins and playoffs, and we're going to be back live on the Score North YouTube channel. If you miss it, on demand, Score North Twin Show podcast feeds. Oh, and one other quick thing while we're sitting here, just, I don't know, in a congratulatory mood. You guys helped us get the Score North Twin Show back into the top 25 among Apple's baseball podcast charts. Let's go.
Got a flag?
I don't know.
Do we have a Twins flag?
You don't have a Homer Hanky.
Dude, you worked at the Star Tribune for like 2 decades. You don't have a connection?
Oh, I'm saying I don't have a new one.
I thought they give you one. I thought they give the press guys ones.
They did not. No.
Or something. What the hell?
I believe they passed them out for free to the fans coming to the ballpark yesterday, but no, we didn't get.
They didn't give Judd Zugland any Homer Hanky swag.
I hope they don't change that, and I am thinking of adopting that last name, Zugland. I liked it. I
have sent the Twins numerous times like an updated headshot, and they still use 21-year-old Declan at his college radio station for his headshot.
See,
it's
not me, man. I updated mine, and they were like bang. But Zugland, I sort of like it. I think it's the favorite butchering of my last name, which of course, not surprisingly, has been butchered consistently throughout my life. I think it's my favorite one.
Zugland. It's like a Minnesota sports drama docu-series or something. You've entered Zugland.
It sounds
a place where no Minnesota sports team ever has success.
It sounds like a Netflix show, and it also, somebody said this, and I liked it. They said that I should contact my friends at Surly because it sounds like a potential beer deal, like a Zugland beer.
Zugland. Would that be an IPA?
What kind of beer would that be?
I think it's a porter. Oh,
I like that. Okay, yeah. Love porter. Yeah, I like that.
Declan's out on the porter.
Porters and stouts are those are my no-goes on beers. I can't.
Once in a while in the wintertime,
Never. I can't.
See, I'm with Phil
I've tried
here.
so hard. I've legitimately tried because I do love beer. I cannot do porters and stouts. I've tried all of them. Can't do it.
Well, with that mustache, if you're going to keep rocking that hipster mustache, you're going to want to drink a stout once in a while.
It's true.
Especially with the froth.
Foam.
Then.
Yeah, I know the froth.
Don't call it foam. It's froth. It sticks in the stash.
All
Yeah.
All right, boys. I'm going to put like 10 minutes on the clock here. We've got some space to explore with the Twins on the Immaculate Grid. So here's how this works. We're looking to go 9 for 9. That's how we are Immaculate. When the Twins are on the grid, though, it's a chance for us to hunt for a rarity score. Although that MVP, it's tough to get a great rarity score for MVPs. We'll see.
I mean, a little bit. I think the public knows the two M&M boys won them. Well, at least for sure Mauer. I don't know if they knew Morneau.
The Morneau one's more obscure, yeah.
But I think, we know which one to probably use for this square.
Probably Morneau, right?
I was going to say Zolio. I was going to say
Zoilo Versailles.
1965,
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Keep going.
So let's go. We'll explain this, and for the audio audience, we'll make it as clear as we can. We're looking for a twin who was also a Blue Jay, a twin who was a Ray, and a twin who won an MVP. Then we're looking for a Brewer who was a Blue Jay, a Brewer who was a Ray, and a Brewer who won the MVP. And we also get the history. Can you actually click on? I didn't know this until I listened. When you click on there you go, the Milwaukee. So it only goes back to like Seattle. We don't get like Milwaukee Braves history. We only get Brewers history back to 1970. We do get Senator. We get Senators history for that MVP.
Nationals. Yes, we could get creative there.
Did Walter Johnson win it? I'll finish out here. A Brewer who was a Blue Jay, a Brewer who was a Ray, and a Brewer MVP. And then a Red who was a Blue Jay, a Red who was a Ray, and a Red who won an MVP. The Reds go back to the 1800, to the Civil War. So,
Okay.
All right, 10 minutes on the clock. You guys want to start with
Let's start
the
with
Twins column here?
Yeah.
MVP started 1931. I just looked.
I'm trying to think of any Senators that would have.
So-
I mean, Zoilo Versailles is going to be less than 10%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think let's knock that out. ZOI, right?
ZOI,
Yeah.
Zoilo
Second one.
Versailles.
You got
There we
him.
go.
7%.
7%. That's
I
pretty
think
good.
only Twins fans are probably getting that.
Twins and Ray got Grant Balfour pitched for both teams. if I'm not
Jason
mistaken.
Tyner is who I thought of.
Tyner, and then I'll give you another one that
It's
I
pretty
think we
obscure.
used one time for a twin who was an A, but it also works here. Is Super Sam Fuld played for both of
Sam
those
Fulton.
teams.
Yeah, we used that before, and it was good. It was good.
He's GM of Philadelphia now, right? The
Yes.
Phillies?
Is he the
Yes.
GM?
He's
Yeah.
either the GM or the AGM. He's one of those two.
I think
yes.
he might be the GM,
I
but
think
he
he's
definitely
the
rose
GM.
up the ranks.
So Tyner and Fuld, those are really good obscure options. Are there any other obscure options, or should we pick between those two, and then which one of those two is more obscure? Tyner's really obscure, man.
I think
Yeah.
Tyner's more obscure. I mean, he's Fold was more recent, so Tyner would be, I think, more rare.
Fuld is more known for his time, I think, with the Cubs and the A's, maybe.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he kind of gets lost in the sea of
let's go
teams.
Tyner.
Or I was going to say
Tyner?
one more because I think they traded for Kevin Jepsen was the closer they traded for.
God, that's a.
But I think Tyner's still probably safer than even Jepsen.
Kevin Jepsen might actually be the one. Who remembers Kevin Jepsen?
He was supposed to be a piece to get that 2015 squad over the hump, and he struggled a little bit. So it's Jepsen or Tyner now. What do you think here?
Tyner's
I think Tyner, right?
Tyner's a good one,
Are we
right?
getting cute? Yeah, let's get Jason.
This is
one of my
Tyner.
all-time favorites.
0.7%.
Nice.
Let's
There
go.
we go.
I think that dude hit 300 for his career.
He did. He was a very good player. Singles.
Twin who was a Blue Jay. Well, Bobby Keelty, right?
And Shannon Stewart will
Shannon
be
Stewart.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the obvious
Both
ones.
of them. Yeah, because that trade is going to make it.
Valencia, right? Swaggy
Valencia.
Lee.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other
trying to
guys
think
in that.
Pitchers. What about arms? Is there any arms like those? Did Terry Mulholland?
Kevin Slowey. Didn't Kevin Slowey pitch for the Blue Jays?
Marlins
I
for
don't
sure.
remember.
He was catching strays
Marlins.
yesterday on the broadcast too.
Like
Yeah,
John
A-Rod
Jack-
made fun of Kevin Slowey. He's like, the Twins haven't led the league in strikeouts
I
ever
think
in
I
my
read
life.
he-
They once had a guy named Slowey on their team.
He's like the head of the players like association now or something. Like he has a MLB
Oh,
corporate
that's-
job. Kevin
That's not
Slowey does.
surprising. That's not
Yeah.
surprising at all. Jack Morris, but who else is pitchers? Like,
Paul Molitor, obviously.
yeah.
Terry
I'm trying
Mulholland's the one I
to.
keep
I'm trying to think
coming
back to the. I'm trying to think back to the 80s, early 80s. There had to be some obscure.
Some crossover. I thought of Mulholland as well, but I was only like 90% sure,
I'm not-
85% sure. I feel like he did pitch for the Blue Jays.
I'm not
Bob
100%
Tewksbury never pitched for the Blue Jays, did he, Judd?
No, I don't think he did.
So we got a bunch of names we could use here, but how obscure? What's the most obscure name we just said?
Kilty
Well,
or
Mulholland.
Valencia, or Mulholland too. But like I'm
Valencia, man, that works.
I'm not sure on Mulholland.
okay.
So
Swaggy V.
Let's do Valencia. That's got to be under 3%, right?
Yeah.
Point
0.3.
what? 0.3%.
oh, beautiful.
Let's go. Okay, a brewer who was a Blue Jay, Lyle Overbay. Remember that
Oh.
guy?
Yeah, Lyle. Yeah, actually, this might be
That's a
that
good
might
one.
be more rare. I was gonna suggest Matt Garza for Brewer Ray.
Yep.
For Brewer and Ray.
Oh, Brewer Ray. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
So
What
I'm
did you say?
I'm
You said
Brewer.
No, he's
Brewer
saying
J
J.
Oh,
is
Brewer J,
Lyle
I'm
Overbay.
Okay. Brewer J.
Is that? But is that a? That's pretty obscure, right?
I
Yeah,
think so.
All right, Lyle Overbay. Less than 5. 3%.
3%.
Oh, boys.
Yep.
Should I fire Garza here? Unless you guys know another
I
Brewer.
think
Ray?
Garza's a great one here. Yeah, if
Okay.
we can lean into former Twins. Matty Garza. We'll come back to the MVPs. 7%.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty high.
Yount was right.
So Yount was an MVP.
Joe Morgan for Red.
He did win an MVP.
Okay.
Raleigh Fingers.
Let's save those.
Okay.
I don't think Fingers win an MVP as a Brewer
I mean,
I
he was an
or an
A for sure.
MVP. I don't remember him.
Okay.
I mean, that's a possibility. All right. So Red, who was a Blue Jay.
Didn't Hunter Renfroe, who got claimed by the Reds, wasn't he with Tampa?
Hunter Renfroe has played for Tampa. Yep.
Okay.
That's a
Guy
really
said
recent one, though.
You guys would take over Willie Cashman on the playoff roster, and now he's not playing for anybody. Hunter Renfroe.
Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on, dude.
Oh,
He's
I thought you said
super.
something else.
He's super recent.
Recent.
That's
Yeah,
my only because we're hunting for a rarity score.
All right.
So let's put him on a list here. Hunter Renfroe.
Red and Ray.
What was the jab? So is he not? So he? Oh, you're saying the Reds didn't make the playoffs? That's your jab.
And he got cut. He got DFA'd by the Reds before the season ended.
So he was really bad with the Reds.
He was bad. Not a good player.
Red and
Reds.
Red and J. Scott Rowland would work. That's probably high, but Rowland would work.
I'm trying to think of like relievers
Right.
from the
Or
90s
starters.
here.
Did LaTroy Hawkins play for the Reds?
that I don't think I don't remember that. He
I
definitely
think he was a Blue
'cause
Jay.
remember
I
the
know he
pitch-
played for the Blue Jays at the end.
Yeah, because he pitched in the playoffs against
Mhm.
was it Kansas City at the time or Texas?
Yeah.
Texas.
No.
Oh boy. Red.
This one's
Oh God. Hold on a second.
interleague.
Who was the not Homer Bailey?
Oh,
There's a-
Matt Latos? Matt
Well,
Latos?
he was a Ray, right? A Ray and a. Was he Ray?
Oh, I think he's I think he played for the Jays, I thought.
Possibly. Oh God.
Can't
It was an early '90s Reds. I can picture his face, and I'm pretty sure he went to the Devil Rays.
Devils.
Damn. Boy, the Reds, Jays, and the Rays are tough because it's like such a transient team.
I swear Cat Latos played for the
Matt Latos?
the Jays. Because he went from the Reds, played for the Marlins. Matt Latos might be a good one for that one.
Yeah, I'll write him down. I mean, you're on your
Okay.
own a little bit there because I don't remember
Okay.
him. Matt Latos. There's got to be some dudes from like back.
I think back to the 80s. 80s
Back in the day.
80s Reds who bounced to the Blue Jays.
I mean, besides Pete Rose,
No,
who are
I'm trying to
some
think of, like, that
prominent? I feel
bullpen.
like the Reds in the '80s were kind of obscure, weren't they? And then, like at the very end of
In-
the decade,
in
they had
90
like the
though,
Rob Dibble. They
and the
had
Nasty
the
Boys, Charlton, Norm Charlton, did Randy Myers pitch for the Blue Jays?
ooh.
Did he close as the Blue? He was a Cub. I remember him well as a Cub. He definitely started as a Red, if I'm not mistaken.
Randy Myers. I like that one.
Did he pitch for the? Why do I think he pitched for the Jays? But I'm not certain at all.
I wrote his name down, so we do have his name.
All right.
We could fill out these MVPs just to keep it rolling here. So, and it does have to be an MVP that won the
played for
MVP
that team.
on that team.
That is
So,
correct.
did Barry Larkin win an MVP
Oh, I don't
in
think
like
so.
the early '90s?
He was good.
He's a
I
good
don't.
player.
There were so many loaded.
Johnny
Lloyd's guys
Bench won an
Yeah,
MVP.
Did Rose win one as a red?
Rose.
P.
and then
Rose probably won
Joe
one.
Morgan.
Joe
Johnny
Morgan.
Bench, Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan would be
think
the more
Morgan's-
obscure out of those.
The more
Okay.
obscure one. Should we try it?
Pretty sure Joe Morgan won an MVP.
Okay.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. So,
You guys good with it?
yes. Judd, unless you want to
Yep.
object to this. Okay.
Nope, that's fine. Give it a shot.
Flapping that elbow. 11%.
11%.
Yep, it's pretty good.
Okay.
I met Joe Morgan one time at a Cooperstown autograph signing. He was very nice.
And he said, nobody was as good as me, Phil. I'm going to tell you right now.
And then I busted
You know
out
what?
Baseball Reference and proved him
Ryan
wrong.
on October 3rd, 1975, I'm going to tell you what I did. And you said you didn't play that day.
Ryan
Okay.
Braun won an MVP, didn't
so
he?
Braun, Yelich,
Yelich, Yount.
I swear, I think Raleigh did it, man. Didn't Raleigh?
In 82?
I think he's one of the rare. I know he won them.
Well,
he's
he
probably
might have
a
won.
couple.
He might have won one. I just don't. Because he established himself with the A's, and then he was with the Brewers.
Yeah, I mean,
Braun-
there's no way I would ever be able to say with confidence that Raleigh
Yeah.
Fingers won an MVP. So
I am almost the one guy that I'm almost certain of that's not recent would be Yount.
And I feel like it's going to be high because Brewers are probably between Braun, Yelich, Yount.
Did Molitor? He didn't win one in.
No,
Mm-mm.
I don't think he ever won an MVP.
I don't think he ever won one.
Partially because he DH'd a lot, and that was used against him.
I mean, So the four names we have are Fingers, Braun, Yelich, and Yount.
Fingers is the one I don't know. Like I have no idea. I don't. I don't remember if it came as a Brewer, and if that's the stipulation, I'm not sure on that one. Yount, I want to say won one in the 80s. And
I mean,
Braun
if,
won one
if,
for
if,
sure.
if you feel like we can take a
And Braun won
a
one.
gamble on
Well, is Braun gonna
Raleigh
be
Fingers, then let's fire away. That would be the lowest rarity score.
Fingers. One time. Oh, yes.
All right,
7.
there it is. Declan
Nice.
suspiciously going from not knowing any old baseball
Yeah.
players
Well,
to knowing
that's not-
Raleigh Fingers
that's
won
not
the
it.
MVP in 1982.
That's not it.
But great pull.
Suspicious. The listeners are like, "What?"
It's the
All
most
right,
common
so
face in like. The
wow.
80s with
Okay,
his
now we're gonna get
mustache.
defensive. Let's keep going.
I mean,
Let's
I'm
push
just saying.
through.
I'm just
Let's
saying.
just
It's-
push through.
People are going to
boys.
accuse us of cheating on the grid here.
Boys. All right, Cincinnati and Toronto.
Did we throw any names out for that we feel? I mean, Matt Latos
Latos and Roland's gonna be high, but
and Randy Myers was
Yeah.
another name.
I swear to God, Randy Myers pitched for the Jays, and I don't know why.
Okay.
But I'm not
So
gonna. But I'm not gonna.
We're not super confident. I'm trying to think, man. I'm failing to think of Reds who were Blue Jays, man. I don't know that there's. I mean, there's obviously like probably 100 players that they're going to show us at the end of this exercise.
Did any of the any of those 70s Reds that were so good bounce to Toronto at the end when they were slappies? I mean,
Only you would be able to tell us that, probably.
Toronto was a expansion franchise, pretty ragtag, but I don't remember a lot of Reds going there.
Do we say Latos for the Rays or the Jays?
the Jays, and the Reds.
I definitely feel like I feel like he might have played for all three of those teams for some reason. Let's take a shot. We're not confident in Randy. It's either Randy Myers or Matt Latos, and we do
Yeah.
have to get to some other recordings here.
Yes, we
So,
do.
2%.
there he is,
Nice.
Matt Latos. All
God,
right.
look at that
Boom.
guy. Look
Face. Look at that guy.
at how excited he is.
He's thrilled. He's got a bunch of tattoos, right? Doesn't he have like a full sleeve coming at you?
That sounds right. So,
Mm-mm.
Reds who were Rays. Finkel and Einhorn.
Renfro.
Hunter Renfro is
was
kind
the
of
one we
our.
wrote down.
Well, what are we at for a grid score here? So we're at 18, 25, 32, 33. 38. So we can't break our record of 35. So we might as well do Hunter Renfroe just to finish the grid here, unless somebody else has a name.
Lady
He's
Renfroe.
probably going to be like 15, 20%. He might ruin our.
No.
Okay. He was like 10%.
8? He was 8.
All right, let's see if I'm
8%.
right.
Awesome,
Yeah.
dudes. There we go.
Very nice.
I love how
Yep.
the A's are also so random that, like, they're not on the grid, but there's two guys with Oakland A's hats on the grid. Yeah. Oh, Joey Votto. Yeah, Joey Votto with the MVP.
Randy Myers, a cup of coffee with Toronto in '98.
Really? Okay.
Ooh, that would've been
41
nice.
games actually, so more
Okay.
than a cup of coffee.
Okay.
He's real good on this grid though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crossover here for him.
And then our guy Raleigh Fingers played in Oakland until he was 30 years old, got some MVP votes, won the Cy and the MVP in 1981. He led the league with 28 saves. That was also a strike-shortened season, I believe.
So think of this: in '81, a reliever, a closer, I guess, won the AL MVP, and in '84, Willie Hernandez of Detroit won it. So within like a 3-year period, you had two closers. Think about how difficult it would be now for a closer to win MVP.
We were very excited. It was like a trend, right? Very excited to crown closers.
Did Eric Gagne win it? I think he might have been the last one.
And Gagne, did he win it with the Dodgers, or was he went to the Brewers at one point? I think he won it with the Dodgers.
I
though.
think with the Dodgers.
He was a Dodger, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
So there it is, 45. That's one of our best grid scores of all time here on
Love
the
the
Score
Twins.
Twin Show.
Love when the Twins are on it. And by the way, the Wild is on the hockey grid, so it's a Minnesota day.
Wow.
It's a perfect Minnesota day.
Get on over there. Get on over there. All right. Thank you guys for making the Score North Twin Show one of the top 25 baseball podcasts in all of America after the Twins broke their 19-year playoff drought. We'll see you after the game. Game 2.